everybody. I'm Larry.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards on the pickup, and that leads to a Green Bay first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Well, 6-round picks, they don't normally step in and start on day one, that's for sure. But over the years, we've had some big names from that spot.
And obviously, Tom Brady, the biggest name of all, is a 6th-rounder, but there have been others. Antonio Brown, who's played some of the best receiver in the game. Alfred Morris. And I can tell you a quick one on Alfred Morris. When he came out of college and had the big rookie year, I went back to a lot of my scouting buddies and took my book with me and said, okay, what did you guys have him listed coming out of school? I couldn't find anyone who had better than a 6th-round grade on him. Most had 7th round and a good number undrafted free agents, and you never know what you're going to get.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taking off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will actually break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
I don't want to make it sound routine, but I'm never surprised when Jalen Ramsey bats a ball away or makes a play on the football. Because watching him throughout his college career, you saw him play free safety, strong safety, cornerback, nickel slot. Why? Because he has all the gifts you're looking for. The ability to change direction, the speed to run with your fastest guys out on the perimeter, and he's almost 210 pounds. Good ability to tackle in the run game as well and deal with physical receivers such as tight ends. I thought he was one of the best athletes in the draft. I had him rated as the #1 player on my board, and that type of play justifies the faith I had in him.
He's got time in the pocket. This will be caught by Nelson for a Packer touchdown. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Eluding the pressure right. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 53 yards. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Being chased out left. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. Second down here after the incomplete pass. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. Now he'll turn and throw. Touchdown, Packers. Jeff Janis, 29 yards. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more.
Kick your season off by starting your first game.
Boy, we've just gotten started here, and already these guys have been handed a really difficult decision to make. Does this pick fill a big need? I'm not so sure that it does, but it is at least a slight improvement over what they had in place. We've seen Dallas represented once already. Could another Cowboy be joining the fold? Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team. Because if you pass on certain positions, there's no guarantee you're going to see him again. Definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player here or get yourself some help up front? And this team does have a lot of needs, but this guy is a legitimate star, and he'll make everyone around him better. Oh, did they get themselves a player here or what? And that's a pick that'll solve a lot of problems out there. He'll fit in nicely. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches, or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker-type spot? These are tough decisions here, offense or defense. Which side has the more pressing need? And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. Boy, you can't go wrong with anybody out of this group. Still a few holes on this roster, and not a lot of, well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick.
New era begins today. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Draft.
And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. He'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So on 4th down, here's Brad Nordman on to punt it away. Back deep is Travis Carey.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Carey on the return. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Let's go! White 90! White 90!
Now Taylor back into his end zone. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Tony Dorsett, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Over the middle, Dorsett. It's a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now this is Tony Dorsett, the Hall of Famer out of Pitt. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down.
Ohio, let's go! Grand 38, here we go!
first and 10. It's Taylor. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Come on, let's go! 38!
Again, now it's Taylor on second and 10. Caught on the right side by Adams. He finds some open field here. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, 5. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Davante Adams taking it in. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38!
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Here's Brad Nordman now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now Carey. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time, and that'll bring up second down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
He's going to go up top again. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Allen Hurns, 40 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And the cutback to the sideline. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the two-point try will be unsuccessful.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Now a first down throw, McNabb. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
McNabb to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and it's third down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Not only was that a 3-and-out, it was a third straight incompletion on this drive, and they didn't even think about trying to run the football. Now they have to give it up.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. They juked him. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 16 on the pickup. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now the Hall of Famer Dorsett. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Give the tackle to Jarris Boyd there. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go! What?
Now it's Taylor. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On the give, this is Dorsett. Bulldozes past him. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Let's go!
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. It's caught right side, it turns. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now Taylor on first down. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Here we go! Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Oh, he fakes a spike. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target. That'll bring up second down. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Crockett Gilmore, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, that worked out perfectly. The holder took the ball and found his man wide open for a pass and a score.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot
position.
more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Come on, let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
Out of the gun, McNabb. Catch here, left side, Thomas. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
190!
On 1st and 10, McNabb. And it's complete to Jacob Tamme. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chicago. Billy Cundiff now to kick the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that drive, 4 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Oh, look at the juke. And an alley to run. And it will not be a return touchdown as close as he could possibly get. He's finally stopped at the 1.
End zone, nevertheless, a great return.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again? Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Kyle Williams in there to get him for a loss of 5. And now it's 2nd down, but here's the field goal team. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete.
I know that from down to down, you'll hop into different offensive formations and try and fool the defense.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's caught at the 1. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Crockett Gilmore, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And you don't see the fake field goal often. Here it works for a touchdown.
And sometimes you see it called in the biggest stages. How about a couple of years ago, Packers-Seahawks, and the Seahawks trying to rally? Fake field goal helped them win it and go to the Super Bowl.
Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second down, McNabb. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
From the gun, here's McNabb. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Their dangerous wide receiver, 64 yards. And the Bears get a bit closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, nice move. And they'll start in a hole here as he's now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he cuts it right into space. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. So we have reached halftime here. And then, what's that? Now? Oh, we're back. Okay, well, something happened to Larry in the halftime show. I guess we're ready for the third quarter. Let's go. That's fielded in the end zone.
Special teams coaches spent a lot of time scheming things up, but this was just a bad return. Now the offense has a long way to go to try to put points on the board.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have.
Still a long way to go in this draft, but if you can lock up a few key positions here in the first few picks, it's this guy's a rare talent and a huge upgrade over what they had before. Oh, I tell you, you're not going to get too far in this competition without a superstar or two, and this guy right here certainly fits that. Boy, you talk about a talented player. This guy's one of the best around. One 49er has already been taken. Might we see his teammate here join him? Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go after 2 words here? Difference maker. That's what that pick right there is. Yeah, I think with that pick, you're just looking to build up your core. Get some guys in here that can help round out the roster. Yeah, no surprise here. Anytime you can get your hands on a player of his caliber, I think you pretty well have to pull the trigger. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base would be clamoring. Yeah, I don't think you needed a crystal ball to see that pick coming. That's all about loyalty and familiarity right there. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. A bit of a dilemma with this threesome. Which side of the ball do you turn your focus to here? This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position?
New era begins today. I'm Larry Ridley.
And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The play clock's running down. Rodgers now on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Rodgers to throw on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
You got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Rodgers going to throw. And oh, he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Rodgers now on first down. Throw left side, completion to Rice. Give him 18 on that one. And it's good enough for a Seattle first. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jerry Rice, 49 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Gerald McCoy in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's third down.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Out of the gun, McNabb. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. Now fourth down. Here's Brad Nortman on now to punt it away.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Let's take it at around the 40. Oh, shifty.
Whoa.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Here comes the Bears defense now back out onto the field. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up?
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Corey Coleman, 49 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And it's grabbed by Crockett Gilmore. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Now McNabb, complete to Gilmore over the middle. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Brad Nordman now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he did get it back, I do think, yes. So no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. A give to the game's all-time leader, Emmitt Smith. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Easy.
Back near the goal line, here's Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jerry Rice, 95 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And he'll take this across the 25.